Do this and boom. Welcome back to the channel. I'm Hank Strange. This is Stranger Palooza. We're right now in Indiana. We're in the Coachman campground actually. Lola and I are here at Coachman in Middlebury doing some stuff. We've got a whole bunch of different things going on. We're making videos, getting those up for you guys. And I thought this would be something interesting to everyone, because a lot of us, especially if you have a modern one of these Class B vans, have the Firefly device, which is a user interface to control certain things in your van. So I am actually going to get a chance to go visit Firefly this morning, and I hope you guys like this. I hear that Firefly is like the Google headquarters in Middlebury. They're like the Google of Middlebury. So now I'm all excited and anxious to see exactly what's going on over there. They are a software company. They deal with interfaces, like I said, not only for the Class B vans, Class C, trailers, fifth wheels, all kinds of recreational vehicles. So let's get into that here. Let's get into that. Now, my Firefly is right there. So let's go take a quick look at that before we end the intro, because right there my finger is, that's my Firefly. Let's see that and then we'll end this intro. So right there in our control panel, there's our Firefly. So I'll be honest with you guys, that's actually one of the easiest things to use in our van. No lie. No lie. I have really no complaints about ours. Has been pretty easy and straightforward to use, and I just wanted to share this with you guys. Maybe find out what's coming in the future. You know, how do they actually come up with these things? So it's all kinds of questions that are going to come to mind. So let's do this. Let's get into this right now. We're here at the Firefly location with Brian of Firefly. What do you do here, Brian?
Good having you over. Certainly been fired up about having
thanks for inviting us in.
Coming over.
Yeah.
And so no more complicated than I'm customer service, and so I cover a lot of things with that. Do some sales, take care of our OEMs, make sure that everything that's going down the line is installed correctly with our team of service techs. And so, short version, long story, just make sure that everything with our OEMs and customers is good.
Awesome.
Come on in.
Yeah, let's get the tour. Let's see what's going on in here.
So just a little bit about Firefly. Leon, the owner, loves all kinds of color, and as you can see through the building, there's lots of color everywhere. But we're a faith-based company, and we are in favor of all faiths, and mainly treat each other well and work hard, and you can't do any better
Absolutely,
than that.
That's great.
Every 2 weeks we have a company lunch where we'll invite vendors as well as customers in, and we all sit here and then in the gym. But we also try to pull people together because we want production having lunch with techs and everybody sitting down and having lunch at the same time. So
this is a nice, colorful lunchroom cafeteria you guys have going on here, and the gym. All right, guys. So we're at Firefly, and we're actually joined by Nick, who is going to give us a run through of this Sprinter van. We have a Sprinter van here set up, Class B, coach. We're going to go inside, take a look at the Firefly, and kind of give us a crash course on how to become power users of our Firefly system, right?
Yep, absolutely. Hey everybody, I'm Nick with Firefly Integrations. I am the aftermarket and also the training coordinator. So what we're going to do is just kind of go through the touchscreen and look at some things that might make it more user-friendly, some things that people might not realize that can help their user experience.
Awesome. Let's go.
All right,
let's go do it. So the first thing we're going to want to do in here is actually get some lights on, right?
Yeah, we'll go ahead and get the power
Let's
on
climb
here.
up in here. Yeah.
We got everything turned on. So here's the main Firefly display that you'll find in a lot of these coaches. On this home page here, you'll notice this will look different depending on what your unit is in the programming. Typically what you're going to find is you're going to find your tank readings. This one has the temperature display for the zones in your coach. Your house and chassis battery voltage will be displayed right here also. You'll also find a LightMaster on-off function. We will cover that a little bit more once we get to the lights page on the touchscreen.
Okay.
This little lightning bolt right there, that is your electrical settings page. So this will give you any of your information. It'll give you your battery information. You also might have an inverter charger settings page that'll show you all your inverter information. You'll be able to set some parameters, like I said, depending on your programming from this page also.
Yeah, there's a lot of variables in each
Correct.
coach depending on the builder, right?
Yep, and just remember that all this is going to be dependent on the manufacturer. Each manufacturer is going to have different programming that they want us to integrate, different things they want us to integrate with.
Yeah, and the features of that van also. So, for example, this is a lithium model
Correct.
that we're in,
Yes.
versus an AGM battery with a generator.
Right,
Yeah.
you know, a gel or an AGM with a generator. If your coach does have a generator, you might have an auto gen start settings function. That'll have different parameters for that generator to automatically kick on. So it really just depends on what we're integrating within the coach.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, let's keep going.
All right, so then we have the light icon right here. This will show you every single light that the Firefly system integrates with. You'll notice that some of these icons have up and down arrows. That just means that that's got a dimmable function.
Oh, cool.
So you can press and hold to brighten a specific light, or you can press and hold to dim a specific light. So like the dinette light behind you. The dinette light behind you. The galley light right here, if you notice we're dimming it right now.
Yeah.
And now we're raising it back up. Pressing and holding, we're dimming this light right here. And then we can press and hold and we can brighten it back up.
Yeah.
Now if you just want to turn it on, you just tap it and it'll come on full.
It'll come on full. Okay, so that's only if you see those up and down
If you
arrows,
see the up
then
and down
you have
arrows,
that
that
feature.
just means it's got the built-in dimmable function.
Right.
One thing that's really nice about this, we have a LightMaster on-off. So what that does is every light that's programmed for this LightMaster, when you tap the on button, all those lights are going to come on at full bright. So what I can do is I can go around and turn off lights that I don't need. When I touch the LightMaster off, what it's going to do is it's going to take a snapshot of every light that was on and how it was on. So when the end user gets back in their coach, they can turn the LightMaster on button, and those same exact lights are going to come on the way they were when they turned them
Only
off.
those ones.
Only those,
Yeah.
yep.
What if you wanted to force everything to come back on?
Then you just press and hold the
Press and hold?
Press and hold the on button,
And then everything
every
goes
single
on.
light will come on. Yep.
Yeah.
So if you have some lights dimmed when you turn the LightMaster off, when you get back in your coach and hit the LightMaster on button, those lights are going to come on the same way they were when you turned them off.
Yeah, okay. So it's got a memory of whatever
It does.
the
It
last
has a
state
memory.
was.
Yep. Next, we'll just move to the temperature page. So this is just going to give you all your different zones for your coach. If you have 1 zone, 2 zones, 3 zones, really just depending on how many different HVAC zones there are. You'll have any fans that you might see, vent fans. This one's got some extra water heating functions from the Truma system. And then it'll have your 1 AC zone. It'll have your up and down arrows to change your temperature parameters.
Yeah, it's nice to be able to control your Truma from here also.
It is. And like I said, that's integrated. Some of them might have aqua hot. Some of the bigger coaches might have an aqua hot function. That'll be on this. It would be on this HVAC page also. All right, so this is going to be your settings page. You'll have your screen brightness. On some units, it might be a plus and minus button. Some units, it'll be a slider. So it's just going to be like 10% increments for screen brightness. Auto dimming. When auto dimming's enabled, what that'll do is after a certain amount of inactivity time, your screen will just go to sleep. So you can just tap anywhere to wake it up.
Yeah, that's great at night.
Yes, it's not shining bright in your coach.
Yeah.
There's also in some of these, there's actually pre-programmed dimmable functions with certain hours of the day. With inactivity time, your screen's going to go to sleep. So at night, between like 11 p.m. and 4:59 a.m., 15 minutes of inactivity, that screen's going to sleep.
Okay.
So it's not going to be shining bright in your coach
Okay.
in the middle of the night. Some people are a little intimidated by this cleaning mode button. They're not sure what it's going to do. All it does is it locks your screen out for 15 seconds so you can clean it
so you
without
can see.
triggering any icons.
Yeah,
That's
you
all
can
it does.
see where the fingerprints are.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And you can wipe it down and it's not going to activate anything on the screen.
Yeah. There you go.
Just a couple things real quick. If you have to get in touch, like if you need to get in touch with tech support here at Firefly, they're going to ask you for a couple pieces of information that you can find on your settings page. They're going to need to know your software information, which is the GUI version and the logic controller version right here on the bottom of the screen. And they're going to want to know what the floor plan of your unit is. So if you're an end user, if you're a service tech, have that information ready when you call Firefly.
Yeah, so all of that is on the gears page.
On this gear
settings.
page. Yep.
Yeah. And you could just take a picture of that probably and keep it. Okay.
And then the last thing on here will be the mobile app. If your coach is equipped with the module that'll allow you to have control from a phone or a tablet, click that mobile app. It's going to show you which module's installed, and it'll show you whatever PIN number you have assigned to that module.
Okay, and so what, you could just scan this with
You
your
can.
phone
You
and
can
it'll
scan the
bring
QR
up app?
code, and it'll bring up the app either in your Google Play or in your App Store.
Okay, and that's just through Bluetooth.
Bluetooth, then some of the newer units, you'll have a Bluetooth and Wi-Fi module.
Oh, okay. So if you have a Wi-Fi module, you could be you could be anywhere.
You could
basically.
be anywhere and be on remote connection and access your unit.
That will be neat.
I think that's going
that's
to
it?
about give the end users really information that they might not be aware of that might help with their user experience.
All right, Nick. So before we let you go here, if folks who are watching this have any questions or maybe some problems, troubles that they have with their system, where and who do they go to?
Okay, we do have a few different ways that they can reach out. They can submit a support ticket on www.fireflyint.com. They can also call us direct at area code 574-825-4600. Email for technical support is support@fireflyint.com.
Awesome. Thanks a lot. I really
Thank you.
appreciate
No
that.
problem. Thank y'all.
This is awesome.
So we
So
have
full basketball court. Huh?
full basketball court, and we also have full volleyball court here and then on the other end. So we actually can do 2 volleyball courts in here. The Boys and Girls Club of Middlebury come here on Tuesdays and Thursdays in the winter. Any employee can have the whole building for a family get together or having friends over, or
That's cool.
just Super Bowl Sunday. You know, in the winter this gets pretty busy around here, so it's really cool. Now that
Yeah. So you guys loan this place out to
Absolutely.
all the folks in
Yep.
the area. That's great.
So there's not many companies that have their own ice cream machine,
Yeah.
and
You had me at soft serve.
so it takes a couple days for this to get clean, and then we clean it and put ice cream and all the good stuff in there. And then we'll have sundaes or ice cream cones throughout the week.
That's great. It's great to have a soft serve machine in there. Okay, where are we going now?
We'll just run through
Okay.
tech support quick. So this is where we take about 8,000 calls a year. We've got techs that have hardware on their desk and can pull up all the network diagrams and be able to look at the same thing that the end user's looking at.
So if people, if either the techs at your dealership have questions and they're calling in, you guys, they're calling here, or if folks themselves
just
are
a real
calling in.
quick example, this is, tech just, I think, took a break, but this is actually what that other person on the other end of the phone had in their system, which is G12 7-inch screen, and so they're literally looking at exactly the same thing as what that end user has.
Okay, so they can walk through it at the same time.
Yep.
Okay.
Hey Melvin, how you doing?
Hey, how's it going?
Also got a pretty awesome IT department who takes care of a lot of computers all over here.
Okay. Yeah. Got lots of sofas out here. Love that.
Yeah, hang out in places for employees during breaks.
How many people have you? What's the most people you guys have gotten in here at one time? You know?
We were 100 employees, so
Okay.
that plus some customers in
All right. Cool.
adds up pretty quick.
All right, we're going upstairs. Come on, Lola.
come on in to the break room. I turn the lights on so you can see. Normally this is absolutely dark. This is a chill out area. We've got a full body massage chair over here because when you're writing code, you really have to relax after a little bit.
Absolutely, that looks awesome right there.
Chairs, oversized bean bags.
Yeah,
Just
I'm sure
chillax.
Lola will try that out later.
Or you, maybe Hank, you need to get in that.
Yeah, absolutely.
So in addition to chillaxing in that room, we have some not so friendly games of ping pong going on in here. You can work out, pump it up.
Yeah,
Get
ping
some
pong's
sets
fun.
in.
Yeah.
Got pool table, air hockey, free snacks and candy, pop.
Foosball.
So this is a typical meeting room.
Big
We
whiteboard
We
wall.
won't have a meeting unless we can draw all over the walls on the whiteboards. And there you go.
Right here. You can never clean this off the board.
Never.
Never. Never clean it off. Never clean it off.
So that's
Cool.
a new product that we have in the works that I'm showing a customer here in a little bit.
All right.
So.
There's the COO. Yeah. All right, so now we're with Leon and Josh. Leon is the CEO of Firefly, and Josh is the COO of Firefly, right? So we're gonna have just a quick conversation with these guys. Can you tell us how Firefly came into being? Where'd you guys, how'd you get started in this? Yeah.
So basically we started out in 2000, early 2000, and doing solar panels, just small solar panel systems on homes, batteries, inverters, and we had some fifth wheel trailer people and Class A motorhome people coming to us and doing a request for upfitting their units with larger inverters, battery systems, solar panels on the roof. We started doing some of those just out of our back of our house, and by year or two after that, 2002, 2003, we had OEMs that had built those units coming back saying what their customers got, they want to do the same things in manufacturing.
Yeah.
So from there it grew into doing small inverter solar panel systems to larger systems to big battery packs, and then into starting to integrate some touchscreen controls. And then starting around 2003, 2004, we implemented our own hardware and equipment instead of using third-party equipment. So from there, it just grew to pretty much where we're at today, slowly over many years of growing products.
Yeah. So necessity is the mother of invention. When you guys started doing this, no one was really putting these kinds of things on their RVs, right? Folks weren't using a lot of, well, I don't know, even know if there was lithium batteries, definitely solar panel. People were looking to get off grid, and you guys were just doing that aftermarket.
Correct.
For folks that had different kinds of RVs.
Right. Even in the Midwest here, the craze for green, go green, and all that had not even surfaced at that time. So we were kind of the opening door to bringing solar and batteries to the Midwest. And the community took off very slowly, but for a one or two man shop, it was growing very fast.
Right.
And from there, with everybody having RVs in this area or producing in the RV factories, it grew into much more in the RV industry. So basically in late 2012, I think it was, or maybe more 14, we had sold off completely our solar panel inverter part of the business and put all of our efforts into the automated technology.
Yeah, the interface.
Correct.
So basically you guys kind of like invented that, right? Or found a way to do it because it wasn't being done initially.
Correct.
Yeah.
Especially solar panel stuff we brought in from the outside, our integration. There were other companies that had also started in that by the 2010 and so, but we were some of the pioneering in getting that equipment, that technology out into RVs.
Okay, and especially when the industry started coming to you guys to put it in the first place, to put all these kinds of things in and make it easy for everyone. One of the things I was telling the guys here is the Firefly part of my van in particular is the one thing I don't have any problems with. It's just pretty easy. I could go there, I could see stuff, I know what's happening. I could turn things on and off. I could use my phone. I'm always showing off using my phone app to do stuff.
So over the 23 years we've been around now, it's always been integrating new products.
Okay.
So instead of building a system and this is what you get, they started out with touchscreen control, basically surrounding the AV home theater, smart home type of equipment. So we took that into RVs, very extensive at start with Cravos, marine, yacht, so forth. And then we basically took that down to more entry-level RVs, fifth wheels, Class A's, C's, B's have become a huge part of the market. And every year we have many new products. So we're always looking at what the OEMs want. The OEMs drive our design and engineering.
Okay. So, and then you've always been here in Indiana, right? Are you
That's
from
correct.
this area, from Middlebury?
Yep.
Okay, and so this is where this is your main location?
This is, yes.
Okay, so let's bring in Josh. He's the COO. What's the vision for today right now? Like, what are you guys trying to do here? You know, who do you guys employ? What do you actually do here?
Sure. As far as what we do today,
Yeah.
and working with our various OEMs, the big part of it is at least with what I do, is bring in great staff. I mean, the big thing for us is our team. We have an incredible team. We have 3 different departments of engineering, programmers, testing departments, to be able to take all the innovation that OEMs are asking for, that Leon is working with outside vendors, bring them in and integrating their stuff with our equipment. So largely is looking at all the different vendors that are out there. How can we integrate all of that, their different components onto our touch panel, so that way, as you said, everything that shows up on that touch screen is easy to work with.
Yeah.
So how can we bring that on and make it easy for them to be able to utilize from our one central location instead of coach?
Yeah, so when you guys get a chance to look around here, it's almost like Silicon Valley in Middlebury, Indiana, inside of this building. You know, outside it's nondescript, but when you go inside, you guys it seems you have a completely different way of approaching your workforce, how you guys do things, how you treat your employees. Where did that come from? If you're from Indiana, are you also from this area? I hear you just started like at the bottom and grew up through the company.
So I started about 8.5, almost 9 years ago. I actually started with the other part of our company that did the battery and solar. From there, I started working in production. In production, I became the production manager, and then started eventually working with engineering. Just kind of worked my way through the company. Yeah.
So who do we give the credit to all the cool awesomeness that's going on? There's a full basketball court inside. You guys have a cafeteria. You've got lounge areas for the employees. Where does that come from?
Just over time.
Okay.
You know, I enjoy recreation. We're in the recreation industry for RVs, and you have people working at computers all day long. Well, you can only be efficient so long sitting in front of a computer.
Right.
So having places to go to relax, we use it for our church youth group also, so the gym is part of that. But as a whole, it gives employees something to do besides just sitting at a desk, and hopefully they can become more efficient and more productive throughout a day's work. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, just looking at it, I figured that I would enjoy working here. You're not forcing anyone to stay in a cubicle. You can kind of unwind and
We can go ahead and
focus.
start right now. We've got an opening for you.
Yo, okay. I don't know if I can make things better.
One thing that I do want to add, though, is
Okay.
to go along with what you were saying, what Leon was saying, is keeping that idea of integrating and trying new things. It starts with having a CEO who's willing to branch out and do something different.
Yeah.
One of the things with Leon has always said, and he told me at different meetings with various people, don't tell me we can't. And so always approaching everything with this mindset of, we can do it, we just have to figure out how.
Absolutely.
There's been numerous times where I'll bring something to Leon, whether it's staff needs or desires or whatever it is, and most CEOs, most owners of a company are going to look at me and say, Josh, you're crazy.
Yeah.
Leon has never, well, he's told me I'm crazy before, but
Right.
he's never been closed off to the idea.
Right.
He's very open to ideas and trying something new. So it's the same thing with our staff. How do we keep good staff? How do we keep them long term? How do we keep them happy, healthy? Healthy is the key thing, and making them be more productive.
Yeah, and what I've noticed here is you guys have some brain power here, right? You've got some programmers, some software folks, developmental folks that people wouldn't think would necessarily be attracted to an area like this, like Middlebury, Indiana, which is basically like hometown America. You wouldn't think this is going on here. How do you guys attract those folks in? I was talking to someone that's from Silicon Valley, you know, high rents and all that kind of stuff, stressful to get to work in the first place and then to work. How do you guys do it?
It's various recruiting methods, putting out ads on Indeed or Monster, obviously, get follow up from that, reaching out different colleges. We hit some college open house things. But the big part of it is just finding people who oftentimes are new to the industry, newer programmers, bringing them in, giving them a place to get started, giving them training, and empowering them. And many of them have stayed.
It's exciting. I really, as a guy who lives in a small town, I enjoy seeing what you guys are doing here, and I hope more towns around America do this kind of stuff in whatever industries they have going on. What do you guys see for the future of Firefly and the RV industry as a whole? Like, what are you guys trying to do? What's the vision? Where's this all going?
Well, our hopes is to continue to innovate new products. Clean up the walls of RVs. You go walk into almost any RV and you have 5, 10, 12 different controllers scattered all over the wall.
Right.
And it doesn't need to be like that. Everything can be controlled from one central point. You think failure point then, but even then, you have more failure point with all these connections, all these different remotes than you do with one solid system. So our goal is to clean up every RV out there, from Class A Prevo, large Prevos, all the way down to the little towables. They can all use some level of automation system and central control system. And of course, everything is developing around the app in the end, because people want to have remote control of their system. So what can we do with that? Where can we go with analytics and everything that goes with that to provide our OEMs the power to make decisions based off of the usage that customers actually use their systems for?
Awesome. I'm looking forward to seeing what you guys do here in the future. Thanks so much for allowing us in. We're going to keep going around. I'm going to show you guys some more stuff. Thanks, guys.
So again, whiteboards all over the place. We do order entry here, scheduling here, and then we've got our marketing team down on this end. So this is Connie. She's
Hello.
new to Firefly, not to the industry, and
Nice to meet you all. Thank you for coming.
Thanks for having us here.
Yes,
It's
of
fun
course.
fun doing this tour.
We're happy
Seeing
to
what you
have you
guys-
all.
Yeah.
so we're working on marketing or just things that will help OEMs do something complicated in a simple way, just on a piece of paper. So instructions or whatnot,
Okay.
or marketing. So not
Okay.
real complicated, but very important.
Absolutely.
Hank, do you want some candy and snacks?
I
Are you
don't.
sweet or salty or peanuts or?
I don't say no to snacks
Well, there you go.
or candy.
And
So
every
It
employee
gets-
gets
yeah.
free
Gets
snacks
filled
a
every
day.
Friday.
Oh, cool. All right.
Yeah.
I will definitely pick out a couple.
Fill your pockets.
and mess with them. Absolutely.
It's everywhere. It's everywhere. You can look back. It's everywhere.
We'll have this
Every
lumpy
pocket is full now.
pocket. This is Drew. He also handles our sales and another face for Firefly. Go ahead and take over, Drew.
This is our software and design engineering department. So what we do in this department is create custom configurations for each of the OEMs. They all have different systems that are curated to their needs. They all have different, products they're working with, whether it's a HVAC head unit, water heater, whatever it might be. So we've got to configure the system to fit exactly with the products they're using. In this department, we have software testing. We have new integration with different systems that are released that need to work with our product. About half of our employees are seated in engineering at Firefly. And so, like I said, this front area is for all of our onboard systems. This LCDs you'll see in the coaches. And then we've got a mobile app development team in this next door area.
Okay. So my understanding is everything, just because there's so many different options, whether it's a van or it's like a Class A motorhome or a fifth wheel, and then there's all kinds of different components. So you guys are testing all of that.
Yes.
Okay.
We test that. We test like I said, everything is custom. Everyone uses a different combination of parts and pieces to make up their unique product for their RV, and so we do have to test.
Yeah, that has to keep you guys busy.
Oh yeah, very busy. There's a lot of systems to test. I mean,
Yeah.
hundreds.
Yeah.
So.
Looks like the CIA in here.
Yeah, it might be a little dark for your camera, but
Yeah.
this is our app development department, and essentially, what we do is we control in-house. We create all of our mobile applications, so it's not like we're sending this out somewhere to get created. I mean, that's very important for us, so that mobile app experience can align directly with the LCD you're seeing in the coach, and there's no differences there. So, but it does take a lot of work to manage, make sure that mobile app works correctly. You have no interruption to your connection. so on and so on. So again, between these two areas, about half of Firefly's employees, I think it's up near about 50 software engineers.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
quite a bit, quite a
Yeah.
bit. So
Very cool. We going through?
get a quick glimpse. You might see in the background some products that we've been working with. Go to Michael here. So take you over to Michael Paul, who has been with the company for, I don't know, 7 years.
How's it going?
Good.
This is Michael Paul. I don't know what your official title is, other than visionary and grand poobah of our mobile app development. I don't know, maybe you could tell your official title.
R&D lead, I guess you could call it.
Yeah. How long have you been with the company?
Over 6 years now.
How many employees when you first started?
I was number 9.
Okay, number 9. Now there's 106. So.
Oh, cool. Okay.
So you've been here a long time.
So you're working on the interface for different units?
Yeah, we've got a different type of 10-inch screen here.
Yeah,
And,
that's nice.
Just looking into additional features that we can put into it, and just kind of the future of what our product looks like.
Okay, this looks like it's going into a Class A.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we've got
Yeah. Wow.
some
Okay.
more detail with this product, with the coach layout and just some of the different controls that we have on here.
Yeah, really, the sky's the limit with what you guys are
Sky's the
developing, right?
Oh,
So
yeah.
we were talking to Leon, and he was saying that what he sees in the future is someone will just have one screen and all the different components going on in their coach is coming up on that screen.
Yeah.
So I know that's kind of what you guys are working towards here, right?
Yeah, the also like data analytics, different features that we can give OEMs and coach owners as well, just enhancing their experience.
Different alerts, whether your tank's full or something like that. But again, as you can see here, the level of customization that is required to be able to give our OEM partners what they need for this electrical system, it's very dense. But as Leon was referencing, absolutely someday we will gravitate towards an electrical environment in the RV where it's just on a touchscreen, everything,
Yeah.
all of the controls. That's not the case now.
Yeah.
It is a little difficult to get there, but absolutely, that is the future.
What's the biggest thing you think that the folks out there, the customers, I don't know how much you guys talk to them to see what they're looking for. What's the biggest thing you think they're all looking for to see here in the future?
A lot of what they're looking for is energy management, the state of charge of the battery, and how different features can be controlled, or how the control of certain features might change depending on the state of your battery, how much battery you have. With lithium, you're getting into the percentage of you have 90% left, 50% left, whatever it might be.
Yeah.
And so we see the future of some of the way we control like awnings or fans or anything like that, maybe reeling back some of those speeds to help make it so you're
More efficient.
Yeah, more efficient, lasts longer with your current battery life.
Awesome.
So
Yeah. That's cool.
that's about the future, I think. Otherwise, we've got most of the other features covered with our current control systems. So, but that is the next step.
Yeah. One of these days there'll be an assistant in there and they'll wake me up at a certain time and open all the windows.
You'll be able to set it custom. 7 a.m. You want the windows to open.
Yeah.
You want the vents to turn on.
Put on some
If it's
music.
a Tuesday, yeah. You'll
Start
be-
making coffee.
Those custom controls, that's another advancement we see coming, is that high level of control to be able to schedule things on a per day basis to fit your exact needs as the end user, right? So that we feel is definitely going to be a big path.
Yeah, awesome. And I like how it's nice, like it's dimly lit in here, very relaxed. That's fun.
Yeah,
it's
looking
fun
at
to see.
screens all day. Everyone makes that comment, but
Yeah.
I totally understand it.
Yeah.
Model change after we get a lot of coaches that come in here so we can do some work,
Oh, okay.
some advanced testing if there's a new product we haven't worked with in the past, and the OEM has a special R&D project or something like that. They want to
pull
get
it
in
in.
here, pull it in here,
Okay.
work on it. Long-term testing as well.
Okay.
It needs to sit over the weekend. It needs to sit for a month, running different things. A lot of times we have to do that for different. If we want to take a CAN trace, so we can know what's going on software-wise over a long period of time. And then this is our production environment. Just software configurations are loaded into systems here, and then they're packaged for what the OEM needs. Whether they need a couple of switches, no switches, multiple LCDs, whatever it might be. This is our shipping department.
Okay. So you guys are assembling things. You are building, assembling things here.
Yep.
And finishing them up, and then you just ship it all out.
Yep.
Okay.
Ship out
So
now.
whoever's going to be installing it in whatever type of RV it is.
Yeah, whatever type of RV. There's no limits. Absolutely, and the type of RVs that we're shipping our products to is growing as the towable manufacturers get into this RVC and this higher level technology.
Okay.
So, printing area, label.
Oh, okay.
Switch plates.
Oh, cool.
So those are custom too. It doesn't just get custom with the LCD.
Right.
It gets custom everywhere.
Oh, okay. That's cool. I like that bunker storage room. Yeah. All right, guys, so we're here with Connie. We're going to do the wrap up right now. Thanks so much for showing us the facilities here.
Of course, thanks for
Yeah.
coming. We appreciate that.
Yeah, it's actually pretty cool to see all of this inside of Middlebury, and I'm very excited to see where you guys go with this, how it grows, and what's coming in the future. You know, when I interact with my Firefly, everything works. It seems so simple and easy to do, but until you see what's going on behind the scenes, you don't understand the kind of work that actually goes into that.
Yes, it does take a lot with our employees, and the process is usually about 6 weeks to just do a new program, basically, is the normal time.
Yeah.
So, and people don't really think about that. It's kind of like building a new unit of a coach.
Yeah, I have a
Basically.
whole new appreciation for what Firefly is doing. I think it's a good thing that, for me personally, I have not really come across any problems, and I think it's great to see that, wow, there's all of this going into it. So you don't just, wake up in the morning and slap it together. That's awesome to see. So I hope the folks out there enjoyed this. If you guys have any comments, if you have questions and things like that, just leave it here in the comment section and we'll get to it. I'm sure Connie or someone else at Firefly will take a look at that. We'll put some links in the description
We'd be
as
happy
well.
to.
Yes, absolutely. So thanks so much.
Thank you.
We'll be back here next time we're in Middlebury.
That would be wonderful, and we hope we answered all your questions.
You did?
Thank you.
All right. See you guys.
Bye.
Peace.